Thank you, Gigi, and a warm welcome to this masterclass program. Thanks for your time and efforts making it happen today. We will take you through cybersecurity threat management, particularly the role of Cybersecurity Operations Center and the program Cybersecurity Operations Practitioner Program. We will have maybe next 30 minutes I'll take, and followed by any question and answers. I'm CHANDRAN SUBRAMANIAM. I'm part of this Garranto Academy. I'm also a director of Cyber4 DigiSec Solution. I'm an accredited trainer. I'm also a member of the board for the independent director with the Government of India. I had the opportunity to work within India, outside India. I played the role of CISO, governance, risk compliance, system auditor, functionally within banks, many functional role I had the opportunity. With this small note, let us get into the today's agenda. What I intend to take you through, I'm sure many of you are aware of many things about cybersecurity, but I would take you through cyber attacks, recent past, more than the attacks, the lessons learned, key lessons learned, what it conveys, what did we learn. The second question comes to my mind, why they happen, and what is the emerging trend from a technology perspective, from cyber risk management perspective. Can you do something in cyber risk management? And I will also explain why we use the word cyber risk management and the topic SOC, the Cybersecurity Operations Center. What is the role of CSOC? How it gel with the overall cyber risk management, cyber security threat management function in any organization, and something towards upskilling and reskilling, particularly what we are offering from Garranto table. We'll have an open session. Cyber attacks, the lessons learned. This is from IT Governance Institute, UK. This is a data taken for just January month. We are in February. I took the data. I'll not go through every one of them. The source I given, you can look at it. What is interesting to me, the first one, MOAB, that is a word coined, mother of all attack breaches. If you look at it, nearly 26 billion records have been breached. Very interestingly, I'm sure many of you might have gone through this. Interestingly, these are the hack or data breaches which happened in the past with Twitter, LinkedIn, many websites, all dumped into one place. So one can pick up and exploit further. I will not go through all of them. The gravity is already my LinkedIn, your LinkedIn, maybe your Twitter account is already, the credentials are lying elsewhere. This is the biggest from a size of the one, even though it's not a one attack, one organization, but it is from multiple sources, this time in one place. There are many such instances you can see. This is about January 24. Just I go back. What happened year 2023? Just I looked at top 10 data breaches. The number of incidents. We'll see what is an incident, breaches, event, alert, subsequently. 2,814. Maybe average 200 plus, or slightly more than that. The number of records breached, you can count it. So one lessons learned, data breaches do happen, incidents do happen. This is data collected with historical dated one. GDPR is the European norms for data privacy, general data protection regulation. If you look at the big one, the fines, Amazon was fined 746 euro million somewhere in July 2021. Prior to that, it was the Google. Google was fined. First penalty came in 2018. After that, 2019, 50 million euro by the French law enforcing authority. WhatsApp, Google, British Airways, and many more. You can search it. This is the source. Interestingly, it is not the fine, it is not the breaches, number of breaches. What key lesson we learn as a professional, cybersecurity threat management professional? Let us take a one attack, SolarWinds attack. It's a supply chain attack, which had the attack of FireEye, many other organizations. It also started somewhere September 2019. The threat agent attacks SolarWinds as security monitoring tool, network monitoring tool. September 2019, there is an injection, code injection. There is a combined sunburst, is a backdoor entry. There is a customer affected, malware infected. It was detected somewhere January 2021. Still at that time, a lot of investigation were going on, who is behind it. So the time taken to detect is what I'm trying to, one lesson, the attack timeline, very large. Singapore Health Services is a very old one. It was attacked. The attack started 23 August 2017. There is some exploitation through the Cisco remote access. There is a remote code execution. There is an unpatched environment, Microsoft Outlook. There were some issues, some weak passwords, whatever it may be the causes. The entry of the attacker, potential attacker, August 2017, it was detected somewhere July 2018, and it was reported formally acknowledged in the parliament 10th Jan 2019. The time taken is significant to detect. This is one of the infamous or notorious attack on a banking sector. SWIFT was attacked. SWIFT is a payment system. We all know that. It moves millions, billions of dollars from one part of the world to other. It's a closed user group. There was a major attack across the globe, particularly Central Bank of Bangladesh. It was the entry, that's the footprint, 15th May 2015. Somebody opens a fictitious account with one of the bank in Philippines for a small amount. And then there is an attack preparation. There is an attack. There is a malicious code. The beneficiary file of the SWIFT application gets modified. Whatever it is, it was detected February 9, 2016, just to detect. From that point onwards, incident analysis, investigation, forensics, and went on years together. Nearly $101 million, nearly 20 millions failed for the transaction, 80 millions passed away, and of which around 15, 16 millions could be recovered. Rest gone. The time taken is the lessons learned. This is one of the recent report from Splunk. Splunk is a leader in security operation tool, SIEM tool, SOAR tool. There are many key findings. One of the key findings, which is very important, it says, the report says, State of Security 2023 Splunk report, the average time, MTTD, note this, mean time to detect is about 2.24 months or about 9 long weeks. Maybe in some instances, years together, some instances it was detected early. the average, which is very long in today's world. Now let us understand why they happen. Should we do something? Only when we know why they happen. To me, why they happen, there are many reasons. For me, the first and foremost, failure. Failure of the controls. Failure of the internal control failures. Preventive, the controls of four types: preventive, detective, corrective, deterrent control. One or more or all of them would have failed. It could be human vulnerabilities. Vulnerabilities, as we all know, is a weakness in the human, in the system, in the people, in the environment. Any weakness, somebody exploits. I don't know my weakness, hackers know it. They are able to exploit. I know the vulnerability, but I didn't do anything. I didn't patch it. I didn't address it. I didn't harden it. Still, it can be exploited. Misconfiguration, inadequate governance. Just on this context, I can bring it to your attention. I'm sure there was a very recent instance of a deep fake of a CFO and the team. One of the Hong Kong organization lost about $25 million. Money was transferred. People came in the video, a deep fake. It looked like the same the organization CFO and their team. It was a failure. It's clear failure of an internal control. What is the trend? What is the emerging trend? I'm sure you must be aware of many emerging trends. From a cybersecurity point of view, we are all living in this fourth industrial revolution, Industry Revolution 4.0. 5.0 is in the offing. What we saw in the first industrial revolution, the water and steam engine. Second industrial revolution in the form of motorized, automated water mass production. Third generation or third revolution saw the technology, information technology, internet chip processors, integrated chips. And today, the fourth industrial revolution, we see convergence, the convergence of a physical, logical, and the biological spheres. Anything can be processed. Anything, everything can be captured, processed anyway. So there is a convergence. We are living in a world where a drone can take a snapshot of a remote place and can be processed. This is one of the reflection of our traditional IT environment has already undergone changes, disrupted. It's going to have much more disruption. While on the technology front, we have new gen of way of detecting, monitoring, virtualization, cloud, hybrid. On the right side, you see new risk threats also emerging. We are taking cloud has become a de facto model for most of the organization. All of us use cloud, one form or other, whether it is IaaS, PaaS, SaaS model, hybrid model exists. There is one area, operational technology, which is the system supervisory control, system taking a control or of the decision in a manufacturing, in a chemical industry, process industry, nuclear industry, energy sector. There is a convergence of OT and IT also happen. IoT, IIoTs are order of the day. So with this backdrop, what it means to us, people like you and me, professionals in cyber security threat management, there were risks, there were threats. Now it is in an increased manifestation. There is an identity theft, data privacy, integrity, the integrity of the data, completeness, accuracy, validity, purity, virtue of the data, while trust, while in motion, or it is processed, or it is stored. It's a major challenge. Non-availability for any business critical operation. Today, everything is online. So if you miss it by 30 minutes, 10 minutes, few seconds, it matters. Non-availability, accountability. The most challenging in this emerging world, whether it's a blockchain, any or big data or a cloud or IoT, who did what? How will you fix it? Is it a system did it, process did it, some services ID, or any user, or any unidentified intruders? Auditability. The audit, as we all understand, traceability of any transaction. That is what audit. How will you do a traceability in a distributed ledger? How will you do it in an IoT environment? How will you do it in a cloud computing? Where will you look for it? The audit logs, are they are there or not there? Where is the log stored in your mobile application? To me, the biggest challenge comes from compliance. Compliance all over the world, including Singapore, there is no change. Because of emerging technology, we have not changed our rules, laws, and regulation when it comes to data privacy, data security, protecting the critical information infrastructure. There is no change. Technology may emerge, but we are still need to protect the interest of the stakeholders, interest of the citizen. So compliance heavily on the in this digital age, strategic issue, mergers, amalgamation, takeovers will also impact. To me, one area which is always challenging is skill and the knowledge. Skill, knowledge is free. We can acquire it, substitute with the ChatGPT or any other intelligent search. But the skill which I need it, I have to develop. So skill, knowledge gaps, and overall, there is a disruptive environment. The traditional four-walled data centers have disappeared, and we are living in a multi-cloud, multi-tenancy, hybrid models. And it's going to further change. Coming to the regulatory and compliance requirement, some of them I'm sharing it. I'm sure you will be aware of many of them. PCI DSS talks about particularly the section 10. There are 12 requirements. Requirement number 10 talks about security log monitoring. Now I'm introducing to you to the SOC function. We'll discuss more about it. You have to monitor your environment. That's what it says. HIPAA expects you to report the security incident procedures. ISO for the automotive industry 21434, there is an incident response. You have to monitor incidents. You can't wait 1 year, 2 years, 3 months to report it. EU GDPR, trusted system controls, and so on. The Monetary Authority of Singapore has given a lot of guidelines to the member banks to have incident notification and reporting. Within certain timeline, we are supposed to report the incident, not only incident, potential incidents to the authorities. Now, how will you report it if you do not detect it? If you do not detect it in timely manner, how will you ensure this compliance? And so on. There are many, almost all the regulators and the law of the land expects monitoring of the activities, particularly the security events. This is just I'm sharing the top 8 challenges as reported by a CIO website, navigating in this uncertain world, politically, socially, economically, technology-wise, a lot of uncertainty, war-like situation in some countries. Creating a work culture with the offsite, on-site, hybrid, Some countries expect the people to come to office. Some people encourage work from home. Whatever it's said and done, it's a reflection of the employee well-being, decision making. For me, the biggest one is the budget on cyber security. How much to allocate? And the board or the authority will ask, what is the return? If I invest $100 million, what I'll get? So the security on budget is going to be a pressure, balancing the cost and agility, upskill. All of us need to upskill with the adopting the more and more of the new technologies, particularly AI, data science, ML. New regulation going to emerge, whether it is a cryptography, whether it is online banking, mobile banking, blockchain. And most importantly, with more and more AI taking a shape, more investment going into that, mixing the human and machine intelligence. The interface between the human and machine, we need to, especially with the Industry 5.0, we anticipate more interface between human and machine interfaces. With this backdrop, this we cannot do anything. Emerging technology, I cannot do. Emerging risk, I cannot do. Laws and regulation, I don't have a role to play, but I have a role to play in managing the risk. This is very briefly, I find this, the cyber risk management is all about protection. You have to protect the information as such, the classified information. We don't protect all. It's not possible. Whether it's a digital or physical, even the human assets, human employees, the resource or assets of an organization from any threat agents. Threat agents may be natural or man-made. These threat agents exploit the weakness, known or unknown, leading to the risk, various types of the risk, impacting the CIA, if it is an information asset. If it is a physical asset, impacting the physical environmental safety, which is operational technology, leading to damage to our asset, critical information infrastructure assets. How do you manage it? By putting in place appropriate control, technical, physical, operational. Just for the sake of common understanding, controls are policy, procedures, practices, structure, technical, non-technical, administrative, preventive, detective, corrective, and deterrent control. Put in place, manage the risk. Interestingly, we are managing the risk, not eliminating the risk completely. One statement more important from a security operations center and from a control perspective, what is not measured cannot be monitored. What is not monitored cannot be managed. What is not monitored or managed cannot be improved. And we believe in continuous improvement of the controls. Business are created for value for the stakeholders, shareholders, interested parties. In doing so, you have the risk. Managing the risk, you put in place controls. Controls needs to be measured, monitored, and continuously improved. There are many models I've taken just for the sake of this masterclass. ISO 31000, the enterprise risk management model. Basel III for the financial industry, pillar 1, pillar 2, pillar 3. The operational risks are covered, the system risk, cyber risk are covered in the operational risk. The good standard, simple, elegant, always ISO ISMS 27001. They've come out October 2022, a new version, new revised version. It has about 93 controls. Earlier it was 104 controls. New areas, if you can look at the highlighted one in my slide, threat intelligence, information security for cloud monitoring. Monitoring has become key word, without which there is no cyber risk management program. NIST is always the best framework for any cybersecurity management. This is NIST version 1.1. There is a new version 2.0 is going to come shortly. If you look at the color schema and the theme of the NIST, it believes cyber attacks are real for yourself. Prepare to identify your assets, protect your assets, detect any anomalies and security event. The middle one, yellow one. Once you detect it, respond it decisively in timely manner, and then do your recovery process. Attacks are real. Cyber attacks are real. It's not a concept. It will happen. Now, let us get into what CSOC, what is the role of CSOC in our cyber security threat management, particularly cyber risk management. SOC is a function. It's an integrated function. It's in the eyes and ears of any cybersecurity threat management program. It is used to monitor, prevent, detect, investigate, respond. Threats are real. I will have a function which will do this around the clock, 24 by 7, 365 days. We are responsible SOC team members with the adequate skills and knowledge for monitoring and protecting the organizational assets. As I said, they are the eyes and ears of an organization cybersecurity threat management program. They need to work in collaboration, in tandem with the rest of the players, with the vendors, with the threat intelligence platform, with the government authorities, law enforcement authorities. So they need a special skills. This is how we visualize the ecosystem. If you see on the left side, vulnerability, threat vectors, threats, risk, breaches, incident, impacts, sniffing, spoofing, forming, various types of attack, threats, vulnerability to any environment. If you look at it, in the middle, we have the CSOC function, Cyber Security Operations Center function, which through putting in place monitoring, threat hunting, threat intelligence, threat reporting, safety, security, advanced threat protection, TTP, techniques, tactics, procedures, and so on. Many control measures protect. Protect what? The blue color, the bottom line, which you see, which is information assert, data security, data privacy, cloud, hybrid, pest, political, economical, social, technological uncertainty, edge devices. Use a lot of edge devices from smartwatch to mobile to many other devices. We are adopting disruptive technology and largely compliance from external, internal law and regulatory compliance. We manage it. SOC comes in hand. This is an old slide. If you look at it, is it a new function or SOC? People who come from traditional IT, it is called NOC, Network Operations Center. Even today, network operation centers are there, but that is different from an availability of the network bandwidth, managing the network devices. But it has matured over a period of time. Now, what we see is cyber defense. If a war is cyber war, we have cyber defense. Cyber defense center, fusion center, cyber fusion center, or cyber security operations center. Big data, SOAR, security operations center, security orchestration, automated response, disruptive technology, and so on. Many tools we use. Today, it is maturing. SOC is maturing. Cyber Security Operations Center as a function maturing. It has what you call as the engineering function, the log management, log integration, traditional, the system admin part. ASM, Attack Surface Management, the green color, which takes care of the penetration testing, vulnerability assessment, breach and attack simulation techniques. It's evolving, ASM, because of change in the landscape, attack landscape. The new area which has emerged in the last 10 years, I can say intelligence, but intelligence, sharing the intelligence, sharing is caring in this world, done by many players, people like red team, blue team, purple team, done by the threat defense operation. You have number of tools in the form of SIEM, SOAR tools for a SOC, and most importantly, you have to monitor the logs, alerts, events, incident response, which is the incident response team, a blue team. Today, we have a data-driven, intelligent, integrated cybersecurity operations center with the right people, right process, and right technology as a defense. What we need to do in case we are interested in this profile, in this function, there are many programs like outside cybersecurity analyst, security, ethical hacking, red team, offensive security programs, many programs, global certification program. From Garranto, we also offer the IBF accredited program, many program in the cybersecurity domain, CSTM, Cybersecurity Operations Center professionals, today's online program. Apart from this, we have the ISACA's program. We will focus on the Cybersecurity Operations Center program. It is a 2 days program, weekend program, about 16 hours. What we cover in this program, we set the course objective, we take the introduction, we take the feedback of the participant, their expectation, set the tone, we explain the cybersecurity concept, jargons, the emerging trend. The cyber attacks, we go deep into the lessons learned. Security Operations Center function, each of the 5 functions, we go deep. Many tools are involved. We take you through those tools. Most important being the log management, security engineering function. We will have a lot of quiz time. We will have one SIM lab demo, hands-on session. Participants are also given access to one of the SIM tool, open source tool. That intelligence discussed, TDO, the defense operation function, ASM, attack surface management. The most important being incident response and management. We'll also share with you, as all of us are keen in upgrading our career opportunity for us to grow. We will share with you some of the SOC career opportunity. We will have a case study, a live case study, which is faced by many industries. So we have a live case study. There will be a final assessment followed by the certification from IBF's accredited CSOP program. That's it from my side. So I'll leave it to you for any question.
If you have questions, feel free to ask questions to Sir Chandran. He will answer. Thank you.
You can put it in the chat box also. Yeah. So there is a query. Can you suggest certifications start with in cybersecurity? I'm not too sure of your profile. If you are a graduate or a freshers, I would suggest you can attend some of this the introductory level program. online, offline, any of this program. You can have a feel of this cybersecurity management program. If you can afford to some program, you can participate in any of these Garranto's program. There is a program from ISACA, ISC2, CISSP type of examination. Cloud, if you are interested in cloud, you can also look from a Cloud Security Alliance. There are courses from sans.org, which are pretty expensive, but very good in their curriculum. Very expensive program. So you can look at it. To me, it's better to start with some of the program which are lightweight and to understand the various domains of a cybersecurity. In case you are already an experienced person working with 2, 3 or more work experience, it's better to get into a certification, formal certification program. Even though the efforts are a bit more, you can get into that program like a CISA, CSM, CGIT, even CSOP, CSTM, or Cloud Security Alliance, Cloud Security Knowledge. So many such program one can attempt it. If you are more keen in hacking into technical, you can explore ethical hacking, you can explore incident management, you can explore red team exercise, offensive security, those programs. Even CSOP will come to you, rescue in the early phases. Hope it answered. Thank you. 27,000. One is the question is for the benefit of all. 27,001 or 2. One is the standard, another is the implementation guideline, the code of practice. The certification is against 27,001 standards. The 27,002 is a implementation guideline, more of a code of practice guideline. Anybody can borrow, anybody, even verbatim, we can use it, for our organization. But the certificates issued against the standard 27,001 2022. Yes, 27,001 2022 version. It was earlier version was 2015, had 104 control. Some of the control, near about 32 controls were withdrawn, another 11 controls have been added. More focus on cloud security, monitoring, data privacy. So it has come out as a 93 control. Yes, that's correct. It was 104, now it is 93. Some have been merged, a new 11 controls have been added. It's a lightweight, good program. Job opportunities are good. You can be an implementer, you can be a lead auditor, you can be a part of a business head, functional head, you can do risk management, you can do security operation. Many things comes into picture, cutting across any industry, any country, any services, anywhere it will be